gaming's always been part of my life since I can remember, but I didn't imagine I would work in gaming. It wasn't something that really crossed my mind. When I was at Freshers Week, I was looking at drama societies, and I went to this meeting, and I wasn't really sure I wanted to do student drama societies. And next door there was a meeting about the radio station, and I was like, oh, I really wish I was there. And then I stumbled across the radio station by accident, and that essentially led to me over the next 3 years, becoming the station manager. We could not broadcast for the first year properly because of the health and safety risk. So I would go all around Birmingham to loads of gigs every week, and I would try and get interviews with the bands for practice. I had nowhere for these interviews to go. I just didn't tell them that. I would write reviews, and I got noticed by people on the scene who ran review websites and things. So they started to get me to write for them, and I started writing a blog, and then I built up a body of work. So when it came to my end of my first year, I applied successfully for some BBC work experience. And that kind of was it, really. I just started creating things and being resourceful with the little I had. Then I got paid to work for Channel 4, and I worked at an India in my final year alongside my studies. And then I ended up presenting for a national radio station, like recording links from my bedroom, and then I ended up producing for them. So it was basically an accident I started working in media, but I loved it so much, and I was so enthusiastic that people kind of kept wanting me to do work, and I was very lucky that I got noticed, and then I made the most of that opportunity once I did. I wanted to share this part of my background, even though it's not very esportsy, because I want you to know that one of the most important things I have learned throughout my time as a producer, as a presenter, is that working hard and being nice to work with really pays off in the long run. So you're going to open so many doors for yourself. I went to League of Legends in 2015 at Wembley, and I met the community. I was on Reddit, and I was finding out so much in such a short period of time. And it was the event where I realized, oh my God, I can work in gaming. I the thing that I really love, that I haven't done anything around, I can do this. And it's how I found out about Twitch. And I decided to sort of look into what I could do after BBC. And Twitch just seemed like the most natural thing. And it was literally the first thing I thought of. And then I looked at the website a month later, and there was this job, and it was perfect for me. So yeah, it took quite a while from applying for the job and 5 interviews, but I joined Twitch in July 2016. In January 2018, I also got asked to host the ESL UK and Ireland Hearthstone Premiership Finals. I hope I said that right, ESL UK. I was new to Hearthstone. I tried to watch the show in advance to get a feeling for the tone of the show. I also played the game. And I spent some time with the players once I got there on the first day, so I could find out a bit more about them and find out some stuff to use on stage. The other reason I do this, and I still do it now, is if I've not met a player before, I need to get them comfortable with me. I need to see what they respond to. I need to see how good their English is if it's not their first language. And yeah, I need to kind of form that relationship and work out how I'm going to approach those interviews on stage, because I'm quite flexible as an interviewer. In terms of why I think I was able to become a full-time host sort of off the bat, it was contacts and connections. So I think I had a reputation for working hard in the UK, at least, when I was a producer at Twitch. And hopefully people liked working with me and knew that I would get them the run of show and get them the things they needed to be able to do their jobs. So yeah, that production background really helped me. I'm pretty organized. I'm fastidious at research. When I was working with hosts, I would always give them a research doc of all the notes they needed, who their interviewees were, some information about the game, links to trailers if they needed them, and some talking points. So I'd always want to provide that information and try and set my hosts up for success. And now I kind of do the same thing for myself. So I'm very fortunate. I work with the best people in esports who are going to do those things, and I will also take it on myself to make sure I'm doing the research and getting myself as informed as possible. So final thoughts or learnings: identify what you can uniquely bring to esports and what you want to say. What mark do you want to leave on esports? It could be just being the person that makes everyone feel great and re-energized at the end of a really long day. Maybe you're the cheerleader of the group. Maybe you're the person that's going to solve technical issues. Maybe you are the player manager that is going to set the example for everyone, like making players feel like they're set up to win, but also making sure they turn up on time and not letting them walk all over you. Because I love players, but they can be cheeky and they can be late and tardy. So yeah, you've got to be able to like wrangle them. Collaboration is key. Collaboration is everything. Collaboration is your friend. When you collaborate with people, you're going to make your ideas stronger. You're also potentially going to make contacts. It's a really, really good way of getting yourself into the industry and meeting more people. If you want to do it, be it. You've got to be streaming, creating YouTube content. If you're positioning yourself up as an expert, you should be making videos that show you're an expert. You can't just turn up and say, well, I'm an expert on this. You need to show why you are that person that needs to be hired. Actively listen, absorb the details of everything around you. That's kind of harks back to my League of Legends time. When we were doing the show, we had a text-based platform that I was editing, but we couldn't take comments. So the best way for us to do that was for me to be on Twitter and me to be on Reddit and talking to people. And I got, after the first day, I realized that the people who were following the stream, some of them were watching the Riot stream and our stream, and some people had never experienced esports either. So I sat down with a lovely caster called Pulse, and we started doing little kind of FAQ guides to certain things, like what does ganking mean? What's a squishy champion? Those kinds of things. So we literally just, as we were going along, we're adding content to the website that would help ease people in. Research the roles in production you might be interested in, and don't get stuck on only one. I think when I started out in radio, I wanted to be a radio producer or presenter actually, once I sort of thought about it when I got to uni. And I couldn't get work experience anywhere. Like BBC Radio would not touch me with a barge pole. I tried so much. And then I started doing online stuff and I got into radio in the end. So just be flexible with that. And also then once you've got the experience and you can show that you can kick ass and you're going to be an asset to a team, write to tournament organisers, introduce yourself and your experience, and just knock it out of the park basically. But be prepared to start small, and then make sure you enjoy what you do. Basically, you should have fun working, because we spend most of our weeks, most of our days working. So when I managed a team at the BBC, my kind of mantra with them was like, we spend so much time with each other, we might as well enjoy it. So always try and do something you enjoy.